Good morning, everyone. Yes, missed yesterday. It happens. Spirit World says, we got it. It's okay. Not that we missed our prayer. It's very interesting. We just set out. Yeah. Well, anyway. And then I stepped in something. Reminded me. Guys, let's get together real quick. Anyway. My daughter's coming back today, and the trip back wasn't as easy. It was just as, traumatic as flights are these days, where prepare yourself for the worst, right? Then it's not so bad after all. And she got the worst. Canceled flights, this and that, then missed a flight. And then the weather. The children were really disappointed. I said, look, here's the thing. There's always a reason for that. And we want mommy to get home safe. Right? Yeah? There. That's the most important thing. And they just left to go and pick her up. The house looks fabulous. Yes, and I look fabulous. I put on my pretty long, you guys want to see? It's actually really nice. I like it. My children got me this for a Mother's Day. Isn't that pretty? Yeah. Well, anyway, I put that on, and the children and I cleaned up the house miraculously. Everything looks beautiful. Everything's put away, done, this and that. Yes? So Mama can, after a week of being absent, is coming home to a beautiful environment. She just had such a great time. Who wants to come home to work? Anyway, so everybody's in a happy mood. The house looks great. Yes, everything's taken care of. Mama can come home from an abroad trip. Yes. And just go and what? Do what? Yeah, right. Yeah, sleep. There. Something to remember, right? Yes. For the ones left behind, don't just accrue work. For the person absent. Make sure things are taken care of. It's not such a big deal to do that, even if mom or dad are a big part of keeping things going. For a few days, one shouldn't let things go out of hand just because, right? And, she'll be back, he'll be back, right? To take care of it all. Not a good idea. I don't think so. That's not how one works. Should work in a family. Extended family even. Yes. It's a beautiful thing. Yes. I've always liked in the divine principle, in a way that it is explained on how first it is yourself. You got to take care of yourself. You got to be clear what your path is, what your rules and laws are in your own life. Yes. Yeah. Of course, on the side of goodness, all right? Oh, you don't know what those are? Well, start with the 10 Commandments. That's a good start. Don't try to change them around just because they don't fit your own agenda. Just go by them. And then, as time goes on, if there is suddenly a family that you're creating, then it's the family. Okay, how's that dynamic working? Yes? Okay, I'm just saying. Then, of course, it extends out to your in-laws, to your family you grew up with, your siblings. Of course, first of all, always, mom and dad, the grandparents, yes. If one cannot honor their father and mother, all right, I get it. But if you cannot do that, regardless, as a human being, you're missing out on something. How exactly? Yourself. Because if you can do that, regardless on how you grew up, what was given to you, taken from you, burdened you with, right? Whatever. Huh? You're going to miss out. Yes? Oh, does that mean then that then you have to always go and try and fix things? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I've experienced that in my own family. Okay, my own family where I grew up, where I just had to say, well, you know what? I'm going to love you from afar. And I can do that. My heart to mind has to be in the right place for that. Right? My own, not someone else's. And then I believe that spirit world can work with our ancestors, this snap, and work with our descendants, and things slowly just start to right themselves. Yes? I can't go and tell someone what to do, what to believe, or how to treat me. Right? It's got to come from myself first. I've got to be okay, and one just removes themselves if, right? Yes? And then you just work from there. That's what I believe. That's what I experienced, and I know it works. So, yes, extended family, in the community. Where is your place? Where is your family's place in the community? Yes? Just then the world, the rest of the world. You live in a nation. How should your nation respond to either joy in other nations or conflict? Yes? Anywho, something we're all still working on? Sure. Well, let's keep working on it then, right? Better than just get depressed and I don't know what and just, right? Yeah? Start the blaming game. I'm the victim, or someone else is, and I'm going to be on the side of, just get, round up things. What can I do? Prayer is always received well in the spirit world. You can work with that. Yes? Okay. And protect the people in place that are able to create some amazing change out there. Yes? That's what we do. The rest of it, I care very little about. Nope, not worth my time. Sorry. All right. So there we go. That was it. Oh, and then I took the training wheels off. So my younger granddaughter has a new bike. It's quite big. She has training wheels on that. She's 5 years old. There's no way she can ride that without them. It's a big bike. She rides it really well with the training wheels on it. But we have this little Schwinn. Let me show you. See that over there? That's a Schwinn, little Schwinn bike. That, I hope you got to see it. That we got when our youngest 36-year-old daughter here now was about 3. She was about 3 years old when she started to ride the bike. And that bike was already about 20 years old. We got it at a yard sale for very little. And it taught all 4 of my children how to ride. Yes. Then my grandson, another little boy, a little cousin of theirs, a nephew of mine that I've had in foster care with us for a while, a year and a half. That's quite a while. Until, yeah, okay. And had my older granddaughter, she says, because you never learned how to ride on that. I said, yeah, but you were riding it at the farm. I do remember that. So it is here now, and my younger granddaughter wants to learn how to ride without training wheels. And I said, you can't do that on a big bike, but you can still do it on this one. So she practiced yesterday, and she's doing really, really well. My grandchildren are just smart, and my grandson sometimes pretends like, huh? What? I'm going, oh my gosh, you're so pretending. I said, I can just about see into your mind and see on how you're just going, if I keep pretending and I don't know, then their expectations aren't going to be that high, right? Yes? Anyway, he tries to get away with it, but we know him too well. But they're all smart. My granddaughter, within a short amount of time, she got the concept on what she needs to do to get the momentum, this and that. Now she's just working on her balance. But she did ride short distances, yeah, on her own, and she's so proud of herself. Oh, she practiced in a hot sun. Finally, I said, honey, you need to just come on and take a break, right? She took a break, 5 minutes, and she was back out again. So, but it was a good beginning. Now, mommy's getting home, yes, and I know that they'll both be out there, right? And then they'll be the ones teaching her. I think one shouldn't take something like that from the parents, but I got it started. She wanted to. So that little Schwinn bike, it's got new tires in the meantime, and but otherwise it is. And the saddle, I fixed the saddle. It started, the leather and all started to come off. So I covered the whole saddle again myself with leather, and it's lasted for, I'd say, a good 20 years now again, and it's still looking great. Amazing, huh? Yeah, some things that were made so long ago were made really well, right? Gone through all these children. Yes? Wonderful. Every time I look at that little bike, it's just memories just start floating back. Yes. Yeah, that's my little nephew. When he started, he was about 5 too. Didn't know how to ride a bike at all. And he started going, and I said, now, if there is an obstacle in the way, you gotta stop. And he's like, I'm not stopping, and ran straight into our camper van we had at that time. We always had old cars, so I didn't care about the cars. The car, it was about him, and he was fine. I mean, he didn't hit it that hard, but he just, nope, not stopping. This is too good. It was really funny to watch. Oh, memories. Yes, and all of my children just quickly learned on that bike. They all learned between 3 and 4 years old how to ride a bike. Okay, but then I was always home, right? Yes, I had time for everything. And of course it was always with the children. All right, we are in the book of Tobit, 11. Tobit sight restored. Well, yeah, let's get to that one. They were nearly at Kazarine, opposite Nineveh, when Raphael said, you know the plight in which we left your father. Let us go on ahead of your wife and prepare the house ourselves while she travels behind with the others. What did I just talk about? Isn't that nice? So he says, let's go ahead, prepare the house, right? So that when she comes, everything's in order. Right? Oh, and, okay, just say, this is so sweet, and what was I talking about? Right? They went on together. Raphael warned Tobias to take the gal with him. Warned, told him. Warned, why warn him? And the dog followed them. The dog? They had a dog with them? Oh, that's a new one. Anna was sitting watching the road by which her son would come. She was sure at once it must be he, and said to the father, here comes your son with his companion. Here comes your son with his companion. It's her son too. It's so interesting how these things are in here. Here comes our son. Oh, you were right. He's fine. Right? Okay. Raphael said to Tobias before he reached his father, I give you my word that your father's eyes will open. You must put the fish gals to his eyes. The medicine will smart and will draw a filmy white skin off his eyes. Well, isn't that something? You know what? Maybe I'll try that myself. Gotta go fishing then, right? You can't get fish all in one piece anymore. They have to be cleaned out right away for them to stay edible. Gotta go fishing, or tell a fisher, hey, keep me that gal. And why not? My eyes are getting worse and worse. Okay, I think they're still fine, as long as, right, yeah. They've been holding kind of their own, but it'd be interesting if it would work, right? Yes, all right. Maybe it only works for bird poop that falls into your eyes. Okay. The medicine will smart and will draw a filmy white skin off his eyes, and your father will no more be blind, but will be able to see the light. The mother ran forward and threw her arms around her son's neck. Now I can die, she said. I have seen you again. And she wept. She is so dramatic, isn't she? Yeah, women are that way. They are dramatic. Yeah, like it or not, we are. Tobit rose to his feet and stumbled across the courtyard through the door. Tobias came on towards him. He had the fish gall in his hand. He blew into his eyes and said, steadying him, "Take courage, father." With this he applied the medicine, left it there a while, then with both hands peeled away a filmy skin from the corners of his eyes. Then his father fell on his neck and wept. He exclaimed, "I can see you, my son, the light of my eyes." And he said, "Blessed be God, blessed be his great name, blessed be all his holy angels, blessed be his great name forevermore." That's nice. Of course he's really happy. Right? Yes. "For having afflicted me, he has had pity on me. And now I see my son Tobias." For having been dumb enough to sleep under... Okay. Put the blame where it belongs. Tobias went indoors, joyfully blessing God at the top of his voice. Then he told his father everything, how his journey had been successful, and he had brought the silver back, how he had married Sarah, the daughter of Raguel, how she was following him now close behind and could not be far from the gates of Nineveh. Tobit set off to the gates of Nineveh to meet his daughter-in-law, giving joyful praise to God as he went. When the people of Nineveh saw him walking without a guide and stepping forward as briskly as of old, they were astonished. Tobit described to them how God had taken pity on him and had opened his eyes. Then Tobit met Sarah, the bride of his son Tobias, and blessed her in these words, "Welcome, daughter. Blessed be your God for sending you to us, my daughter. Blessings on your father, blessings on my son Tobias, blessings on yourself, my daughter. Welcome now to your own home in joyfulness and in blessedness. Come in, my daughter." That day brought joy to the Jews of Nineveh, and his cousins Ahikar and Nadab came to share in Tobit's happiness. And that is the end of 11. All right, so I'm a woman. Yes, I think like one. Mostly. Oh, how is a daughter, a true daughter of heavenly parent, supposed to think, act, behave? Interesting. Tobit could have, with the way that his eyes were healed, his son is back, completely forgotten about his daughter-in-law. Who the hell cares? Right? Oh, just saying. So many things happening at the same time. Yet, soon as his son told him, "She's coming, she's just behind us," right? He went to the gates, right, and waited for her and then embraced her. That's what you do. Right? Is it so easy for women sometimes to enter the home of their in-laws, even if it's not the home, right, but become a part of? No, it's not. I experienced that myself, on how the jealousy and certain other things just took over, where I was just left alone. Yeah, I had my husband and I had my children, but otherwise, so often I felt left out, and in a way, on purpose, purposely discarded as just someone that, oh, okay, well, here comes another kid. Well, let her take care of it, right? While my husband was very much what? Spoiled by them. Spoiled, rather than sometimes taken to account Hmm? Over some things. All right, I'm just saying. Oh, was it so bad? No, it wasn't. I'm just saying. That reminded me. And I know that other women feel the same way. Maybe sometimes it's the same for the guys, but I think it's more so for daughter-in-laws. Difficult, right? To find their place because they're not welcomed properly. Tobit welcomed his daughter-in-law very much with open arms. Welcomed her into the house. Mm? Mm. I like this tale very much. Yes. Yeah, it kind of addresses many different things in a family unit, in the extended family, in the community. Yes? Oh, if it's just a tale, well, it can't be. Okay, just saying. Good lessons. I am very much, of course, partial to my children. Not biased, just partial to my children, of course. But all of my son-in-laws so far, I've always welcomed with open arms. More even, knowing that the good people that they are, even if things don't always work out, the good people, the good sons that they are, yes, it was a relief to be able to know my daughters were protected, taken care of, treated properly. Yes. Anyway, they always treat me really nicely too, I have to say. Sometimes better than my own kids. Oh, oh, we're going to finish up with this one. So I read up on robins. They built the nest together. Then the mom lays the eggs. Of course. And while she's doing that and sitting on the eggs, hatching the babies, the male robin, the daddy, sings to her, brings her food, and sings to her. Then when the babies hatch, they feed them together. When the babies start to fletch, yes, get out, they still feed them together for a few days. Isn't that something? Well worth reading up on it. Yes. Then the murmurations are happening here again. They're supposed to be happening in the fall and winter time, but here they're happening right now in the middle of going into summer. That's pretty amazing. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of little blackbirds that fly over. It's called a murmuration. The thing is, to this day, they're not quite sure why they're doing that. All right, for protection against what? I mean, I don't see too many big prey birds trying to get one of them to start with, even when they're alone. But they think that they just kind of go to one place to spend the night all together. Maybe they just like to hang out with each other. I call them the tea parties in the trees, right? Yes. But when it comes down to it, as long as scientists have studied this now, there's still a bit of a mystery why they're doing what they're doing without a migration purpose. Is that something? Well, anyway. There's still some mysteries out there, and some of them we might not ever solve, right? Yes. Sometimes I think that certain behavior of animals is just there to show us how it's done. Yes? Huh? Anyway. Okay. Beautiful day. Oh, it's getting humid now. It was really humid yesterday. We were just sweating out there. Still spent most of the day outside until I had to say, guys, we're all getting a little redheaded. We need to go in. But it was fun. Had a lot of fun yesterday too. Mm. And my daughter is coming home. Wonderful. That's it. That's all I have to share today. Yes, all right. Tobit. Love that family. With all, is everything just 100% hunky-dory? Nope. But it seems as if they're working through it together. Husband and wife, father and mother and son. Now there's a daughter-in-law. Okay. All right. Nice. That's probably my favorite book so far. Just definitely God's guidance in there, in that book of Tobit. Yes, I really very much feel it. All right, that's all I have to share this morning. May Heavenly Parent bless and protect you and embrace you with love. And I will talk to you all tomorrow.